driving the Haval H9 here. Now, Haval is a Chinese brand, and the H9 in many ways is a sort of a copy of a Prado in as much as it has the same basic layout, separate chassis, live axle at the back. Big difference between this and Prado, it has a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, there's no diesel option. We had the same car, but in an early iteration last year it did really well, been upgraded with more power and torque and an 8-speed automatic. So expected to do well again. Certainly good value for money. It's got a load of equipment and it's only a bit over 40 grand.
Yeah, the Haval's a very impressive little car. People tend to write it off because it's Chinese, but when you see what it does, it did the set-piece hill climbs better than anything else. Very comfortable.
At the proving ground, the traction control showed that it had great calibration combined with a rear diff lock. It looked in some cases to be the easiest thing up some of the hills.
So the Haval suspension is a very basic four-wheel drive system, live axle at the back with plenty of wheel travel, which is what gives it that great off-road ability. The front end is an independent with coil springs, simple, nothing to fuss about on it.
As far as four-wheel driving goes, it's very capable off-road. It just seemed to be the most supple on the really rough stuff, at least in the rear end.
Equipment levels are something you'd expect in something twice as much.
The amount of equipment it's got for the $40,000 is fantastic. I mean, you expect to pay 80 grand for that car, equipment-wise.
Second row is still pretty comfortable. Third row, for little kids only, it's not that comfortable at all.
Because it's so new in Australia and there's not much dealer support, people may balk at that, but at the same time they said the same thing about Hyundai 20 years ago, and now it's a mainstream brand, and Haval might be the same in 20 years. And in the meantime, this vehicle's been pretty impressive to start with.
Off-road performance is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. That live axle rear.
Yeah, rear end articulation really
that was excellent.
worked well on that thing.
Supple, soft suspension.
Rear diff lock, traction control works well.
The calibration on the traction control, I was about to say that works pretty well too.
But the 2-litre petrol is something you wouldn't think of for an off-roader, but it
goes all
didn't
right.
go too bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
It goes all right. I drove it up that hill this morning in high range and it didn't struggle a bit. Like I thought it might be a bit lacking in torque.
Yeah.
For going up in high range, just crawled up there.
I think maximum torque from 1500 RPM up.
So it's
a bit like a
diesel-like.
diesel.
Yeah, it behaves like a diesel, yep.
That low pressure turbo
Yep.
setup.
Yep. Very sophisticated engine.
Very surprising package all around.
Most people have not heard of Haval.
Yeah, it's an unknown quantity, isn't it? So,
And people are always sceptical of that sort of stuff.
But as you said earlier today, Matt, if you covered up the badges, you wouldn't even know what it is.
Yeah, I'd love to do a blind test with people that aren't car people. Go out and drive that thing and they'll come back and tell you it's some European brand.
Surprisingly good car, and I've done a great job on it. Well worth the money in a lot of ways.
It's a great touring vehicle, it tours well, it's comfortable, plenty of room inside it, all that sort of thing, so yeah, not bad at all.
Someone on a budget but still wants a very well equipped car, take a gamble on one of them and you might be well rewarded.